What a moment! The tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns. You know what, man? This is for you, brother.
Would you ever consider a return to WWE? Now,
I would have considered a return to WWE before. You'd be crazy not to consider it. There's two teams that you can play on, which is amazing.
Hall of Famer feels Chris Jericho's WWE return is fitting, but here's the question everyone's asking.
So Chris Jericho seems to be dropping subtle hints here, there, and everywhere as of the past few months that he's not only ready to get physical in the ring, but he might also be ready to go from AEW. So a quick bit of history here. Chris Jericho hasn't appeared on AEW television since I think mid-April of this year. Beforehand, the AEW fans had basically turned on him, pretty much from last year, I think, chanting things like, please retire, and, we don't want to see you anymore. And maybe not, that wasn't a chant, but that was the intent. Anyway, basically getting the Cody Rhodes treatment where the AEW fans had simply grown tired of him for one reason or another. I don't know if it's familiarity breeds contempt, but there could be a few different reasons. A common AEW fan criticism, not helped because Jericho is so synonymous with WWE as well, is that Jericho was working with young talent, but not really getting them over. That's a contentious point, of course, but that's something AEW fans do say. Also combined with, natural aging, then there's the weight gain over the last few years affecting his performances, as well as being a fixture of the company for so long with so many different groups and so much TV time. And there were also some accusations leveled against him around the same time that fans started turning on him that didn't really go anywhere, but also with all that combined, I guess, the AEW sickos started voicing their displeasure at Jericho.
Is Chris Jericho really returning to WWE, or is this the biggest swerve in wrestling history? Why didn't he show up on Raw when everyone expected him? Could he actually debut in TNA instead? What does Drew McIntyre really think about his friend's shocking decision? And the million-dollar question, will Jericho and McIntyre clash at WrestleMania?
Chris Jericho was asked about the rumors that he is going to WWE. Well, this is what he had to say. Shout out to the Daily Mail for providing this video.
The best thing that can happen in wrestling is AEW. And the fact that there's two huge promotions that you can choose from just makes it better for the guys. It makes it better for the fans and everybody in between. So I'm not going anywhere for a while. I'm still with AEW for right now. Would I go back to WWE? I wouldn't be opposed to it. We'll just have to see what happens. But the best thing that could happen is you have two great teams that you can play for, and that just makes everything bigger and more exciting. When I came back to WWE in 2007, and I was still doing Y2J, but I had short hair, and it just didn't feel right. It's like, I got to get rid of this. And I switched from long tights to short tights, and I'd cut my hair, like I said, and I was like, you know what? No more countdown. Let's get rid of that. And I told the announcers and all the press guys and magazine guys, like, never call me Y2J ever again.
And you took it one step further. You changed your finisher.
Yeah, and that's when I came into AEW, I was like, I need a new finish that I can use on anybody. I was doing a lot of kickboxing at the time, and the guy said they do a spinning elbow, and I did it. And I was like, hold on a second, can you just stand there for a couple seconds with the pad? And I just did it a couple times. I said, would that knock somebody out? He goes, it happens all the time. I was like, That's it.
You'll know exactly what's happening with Chris Jericho, and it might not be what you expect. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. We're pulled. Was this the biggest letdown in recent WWE history, or was it all part of a master plan?
This lady's already said something.
Yeah, I'm awakened from the deep sleep. You want me? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the United States Champion, Chris Jericho. Rolling on down, Jericho. You know I got so right.
The opening episode of WWE Monday Night Raw in 2026 came and went without Chris Jericho. The 55-year-old legend has been widely tipped to return to WWE following the expiration of his AEW contract on December 31st. According to Alex McCarthy of Wrestling Intel, WWE had two specific dates in mind, either the January 5th episode of Raw or the 2026 Royal Rumble in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
I was told by Vince himself, because we had started this program in the summer, and I remember we got to about October, and I said, we could take this to Mania. And it, in my opinion, was the best story of that Mania season.
It took so many twists and turns, culminates in the Festival of Friendship. Vince wants to talk to you. That the idea is the main event of WrestleMania is going to be Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the world title, and Jericho wins the world title at WrestleMania. The first time ever I would win the world title as a babyface. In the next week, there was a Goldberg segment and a Brock segment, and suddenly it's for the title, and there's this and the other thing. And I was like, well, I guess that idea went out the window. And I didn't even go bother asking Vince, because he doesn't owe me an explanation. We're like, hey, why'd you change your mind, Vince? Well, because he does, and that's what he felt that as a marquee match, Goldberg and Lesnar for the world title was a bigger money-making main event than Jericho versus Owens. Fine, we're not in the main event. No problem. If you look at a WrestleMania card, you guys don't know how long it is. There's 12 matches. The saying is, if you can't go last, go first. If you can't go first, go semi-main event. Other than that, it's kind of a quagmire, and then you really know how much emphasis the match it has from the boss by the amount of time you're given. So we were moved from the main event, World Championship match, to the second match of the show and given 15 minutes. And as soon as I heard that and saw that, I'm like, I'm done. There's nothing more I can do here. Same way I felt in WCW when I did the Goldberg program. I was like, this is over. People like this, and there's nothing coming of this. I'm done in WCW. I'm done in WWE.
And the teases were everywhere. Netflix executives reportedly wanted Jericho on Raw's first Netflix anniversary show. Raw GM Adam Pearce referenced breaking down of walls, Jericho's iconic entrance. During CM Punk's match, commentator Corey Graves used the words "the learning tree," Jericho's AEW stable name. Fans were on the edge of their seats. Social media exploded with speculation. Every entrance felt like the moment. But despite all these hints, the 55-year-old was a complete no-show. CM Punk retained his championship, and wrestling fans were left wondering what happened.
The best thing that can happen in wrestling is AEW. And the fact that there's two huge promotions that you can choose from just makes it better for the guys, it makes it better for the fans and everybody in between. So I'm not going anywhere for a while. I'm still with AEW for right now. Would I go back to WWE? I wouldn't be opposed to it. We'll just have to see what happens. But the best thing that can happen is you have two great teams that you can play for, and that just makes everything bigger and more exciting.
So why didn't Jericho appear? Was his contract still active? Did WWE change plans? Or is something even bigger brewing? Well, there might be a shocking alternative plan that's baffling everyone. What if Chris Jericho's next appearance could be somewhere no one expected?
If you're out there and you're making the best of whatever situation it is, and you're getting met with chants of "please retire," how does it make you feel?
When they were really at their peak, of course, I'm always thinking, okay, I can make a t-shirt out of that. I can make a whole angle out of this. But it kind of went away. You know, they kind of stopped. And plus, I was really good at being able to shut people down. Like, give me a city, New York. Please retire. Take the mic and say, I know why you want me to retire, because you want me to go pitch for the New York Yankees so they could possibly win a World Series, but that's not going to happen. Boo. And then they stop. Like,
do you take it personally?
No. Nobody really knows me that says that. And probably if I saw them on the street, whenever I do, a convention or something like that, like when my lines are down the street, and that's not from an egotistical standpoint, but I've been doing this a long time. And a lot of people have great memories from the different eras that I've been in.
Here's where things get baffling. New reports suggest Jericho might not make his next appearance in WWE at all. Andrew Baydala of Final Bell Media dropped a bombshell. Chris Jericho, I believe, has already agreed to a WWE return, but Chris is very interested in working for TNA. What a statement it would be if Chris Jericho shows up on the first episode of TNA on AMC. But wait, how is this even possible? TNA Wrestling debuts on AMC this Thursday, January 15th. Even if Jericho signed with WWE, he could theoretically appear on TNA thanks to the WWE-TNA working relationship.
Would you be more open or less open to going back to WWE at any point without Vince McMahon around?
I enjoyed working there in the past. And I could probably work there in the future as well. We'll see. To me, business is business, but I enjoy working with AEW. I enjoy all that we've accomplished since day one, especially now with the new TV deal. I mean, we did what we set out to do, which was change the course of wrestling history. And Tony and I and all of us have done that. So we're on our way, man, and we're not going anywhere. So there's really no reason for me to go anywhere else right now. I enjoy working for the Khan family, and I enjoy working for AEW. So I'm happy.
But here's why this is baffling. It would be completely unprecedented for WWE to sign off on a new acquisition, especially one with Jericho's star power, debuting elsewhere first. This would significantly dampen the Royal Rumble shock value. So would WWE really allow this? Is Triple H playing 4D chess? Or is this internet speculation gone wild? Baydala noted that Jericho is so old school that he's going to keep this very close to the vest. The fact that people close to Jericho are discussing TNA suggests there's more to this than just rumors. But what do wrestling insiders think? Why does a WWE Hall of Famer think Jericho's return is fitting? What does he know that we don't? WWE Hall of Famer Booker T recently shared his thoughts, and he thinks it's the perfect ending to an incredible career.
It's like, yeah, I mean, to me, just do it and have fun with it. And if you want to continue to do great things, then continue to do great things.
Did you ever think CM Punk would be back in WWE?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. You know, I mean, that's the Vince attitude. Like, if you can make money with somebody, then you bring them back. He brought back the NWO. He brought Bischoff in. You know, there's
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, and Vince
Brett.
isn't in charge, but Triple H learned from Vince once again, and you know, the fans, keeping the fans entertained and happy. I mean, look, he came back and it was the highest viewed social media segment that they've ever had. So right out of the gate, it was a benefit to them. So yeah, it didn't surprise me.
Question number 2, never have I ever gotten a speeding ticket.
Mommy likes to go fast, especially when she's late for work. Don't follow me. Don't follow my footsteps, please. Mommy's always right, just like mommy's always on top.
A good life.
Got cleared still.
Rhea Ripley moments. WWE is hiding about Rhea Ripley, including everything about her, not about her wrestling or anything, just things that you didn't know about on the internet. We can cover in today's video with real proof, like about her gender, her boyfriends and girlfriends, and how many guys she has been dating until now.
What's the thing about Demi that fans might be most surprised to learn?
I'm shy. I get like real bad anxiety. I don't like when people like swarm me, because I freak out, and it happens real bad whenever we go to Universal or something. Like, there was a group of 18 people one time, and I was not in the mood. My uncle had just passed, and I was trying to like distract myself a little bit, and that was my distraction. I was like, I want to go to Universal and try and have like fun on my day off. One of them saw me, and that was the end. Once you see that, everyone around just like looks.
Well, they're like,
know?
who's the famous person?
Yeah, they're like, who's that? And then you have people coming up to you like after they leave, and they're like, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, but can I get a photo? I'm like, can you just like not, please? Kind of just want to like have fun today, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I curl up in a bowl by the end of it. I'm like, I'm peopled out.
Also about her character, she's not even like she shows you on wrestling. She's humble and very shy. Also the truth about her and Dominic Mysterio and his mouth. Let's find out.
From Adelaide down to Australia, Rhea Ripley!
You grew up in Adelaide, Australia?
Yeah, Adelaide, South Australia.
How were you first exposed to wrestling itself? Like, how did you go, that is what I want to do more than anything. Oh, this is good because she's giving us a good look here.
So, we had these really close family friends, and the kids started watching wrestling, WWE, and they recorded an episode and they gave it to me, and it was where your husband,
Yeah.
Triple H, he shoved the screwdriver in Ric Flair's head.
Oh my God.
I remember watching it as a kid, and I was like, yo, that's cool. I was like, I like that.
Here's something that will blow your mind. Rhea Ripley, the woman who dominates everyone on screen, is actually incredibly shy and humble in real life. Yeah, you heard that right. In multiple interviews, Rhea has admitted something shocking. She doesn't even recognize herself sometimes after cutting a promo. She said, I literally come back sometimes and I'm like, I don't remember what just happened. It really just took over my entire body and being...
Sometimes she is. Sometimes I'm like, was that me? Because I blacked out for a second. My bad. I literally come back sometimes and I'm like, I don't remember what just happened. It's like it really just took over my entire body and being.
Rhea has revealed that fans write entire essays breaking down her character's emotions, and she reads them thinking, wow, you really broke down my emotions. I couldn't even put that into words. The confident mommy is a mask for someone who's actually quite reserved and unsure of herself off camera.
What's going on? Sometimes the fans would like write this whole like essay of like why I felt that way. And I'm like, wow, you really broke down my emotions. Like, you nailed that. I couldn't even put that into words, and you have literally deciphered the code. Like,
Let's talk about what WWE absolutely does not want trending. Rhea's complete relationship history. And trust me, there's more than you think.
You're my wife's favorite wrestler.
I get that a lot.
You're a lot of wife and girlfriend's favorite wrestlers.
Yes. Hey, I'll take it.
She's just like unapologetically like, Rhea, that's it.
I love it. I get that so much. Even just like looking out into the crowd, it's like there's signs and it would be like, my wife loves Rhea Ripley. And I'm like, yeah, she does.
What do you think it is?
I don't know how to put my finger on it. A lot of people have said that it's like the sex appeal and like the confidence appeal, but I'm just saying what other people said, you know, like.
Relationship 1. Dean Davies, 2014-2018. Before WWE fame, teenage Rhea dated her childhood friend and wrestling trainee Dean Davies for about 6 years. He was there during her early wrestling days at Riot City Wrestling in Adelaide, Australia. She credited him with turning her life around and called him her best friend. He'd drive her to shows, help set up rings, and they'd spend weekends training together. But when WWE came calling, the relationship couldn't survive the distance and different life paths. Relationship 2. Jet Armstrong, 2016-14. Around the same time period, she also dated Jet Armstrong, another Australian wrestler about 10 years older than her. There's actual footage from a 2016 Riot City Wrestling show where Armstrong climbed into the ring and kissed her after her victory. Rhea posted pictures calling him my man crush and my man on Instagram. Local fans remember them as inseparable at training sessions. But again, WWE's call ended this relationship when she moved to Florida. Relationship 3. Dimitri Action Jackson, 2019-2022. Here's where it gets really interesting. In 2019, after moving to WWE, Rhea admitted something heartbreaking. She was oh so lonely that she befriended gym staff just to avoid going home alone. That's when she met Dimitri Jackson, a little-known independent wrestler. They made Instagram official in October 2019. Jackson wasn't a big name. He's a former collegiate weightlifter who studied engineering before switching to wrestling. He competed in promotions like MLW and appeared on AEW Dark. They dated through the entire pandemic, posting workout videos together. But here's the thing, Jackson didn't want to be known as Mr. Ripley. He refused to accept wrestling bookings just because of his girlfriend, and told podcasts he wanted to succeed on his own. That independence might have contributed to their quiet split in 2022. Neither ever spoke about the breakup publicly. The current marriage, Buddy Matthews, 2022 present. Now this is the one WWE is really uncomfortable with. In 2022, Rhea started dating Buddy Matthews, who works for AEW, WWE's biggest competitor. This is an absolute marketing nightmare. They started posting gym videos together in April 2022. By August 2023, Rhea announced their engagement with a beach photo, showing her ring and a caption that said 100x yes, pure fucking happiness. And here's the kicker, WWE acts like Buddy Matthews doesn't even exist. Why? Because on television, Rhea is playing mommy to Dominic Mysterio, and that storyline makes WWE millions.
How much do you think your storyline with Dominic helped to level you up?
Oh, I think a lot. Honestly, I think that was like another turning point in my career, being partnered with Dom and also being a part of the Judgment Day. It made me open up as a performer. It made me have to work a lot more because I was doing like 9 segments in a 16-segment show, sometimes more. We were doing everything as a part of Judgment Day. I was running around helping Finn and Damien, and then helping Dom and doing promos, making business deals, wrestling myself, doing women's storylines. And I was just like, I had no time to think about absolutely anything. I just had to go. I was like, what do I need to do? Cool. Going live in 3, 2, 1, do what you got to do. And then being partnered with Dom, it just like, it helped my character like transform into something different.
Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. What's really going on between Raw and Dominic Mysterio? The face lick that broke the internet. In July 2024, Raw licked Dominic's entire face on live television, and the internet absolutely exploded. But here's what WWE doesn't want you to know about how that moment came to be. In an interview, Raw revealed that Triple H specifically told her he wouldn't see her character kissing Dominic. Why? Because Raw Ripley is a little bit too hard around the corners for that. So Hunter suggested she lick him instead, and Rhea admitted, sadly, I do too see myself doing that. she explained. Licking just seemed like such an appropriate thing to do. Yeah, I licked it so he's mine. I own him. He's mine. He's my boyfriend, okay?
And like it's like that fine line in the middle, and Hunter's like, well, I wouldn't see you like kissing him. I'm like, okay, that's fair. Rhea Ripley's a little bit too hard around the corners for that. He's like, I see you like licking him. I'm like, sadly, I do too. Like, you know, I feel like that's just something I would do. And like, Rhea Ripley's just like so complicated. And it's like, I don't know how to, there's layers to Rhea.